In today's newspaper, the most important article is Arctic Outlook. Arctic Outlook. What is that? Israel wars, response, Houthi, missiles, common, Iran, nothing important. Hyderabad news, NEET exam yesterday, Bhu Bharati Act. Those who write TSPSC exam, for them it will be useful. South. See, in today's newspaper, India must rethink its Arctic outlook. This is very important article. Yes. See, there are some terms which you have to remember, which I underlined in my newspaper. See, here if you see, like this, only few points which are very, very important you have to underline like this. For example, see the terms. What is the role of Arctic? Russia more assertive, aggressive. If you see the world map, Arctic there. China expanding its Arctic ambitions. Washington renewing interest in Greenland. The region appears set for renewed phase of strategic contestation. So, for Russia it is important, for China it is important, for USA it is important, and for every country it is important. In 4 sentences, the article, the editorial has been explaining. Russia being more assertive. Why? Because Russia is very near. On the top, Russia only, no? On the top. Russia is very near. China expanding its Arctic ambitions because of mineral resources. Washington renewing its interest in Greenland. Washington, USA very near to Canada, Greenland. And the region appears set for a renewed phase of strategic contestation. So, renewed contestations are happening. So, now what India should do? Now, what is the role of India in order to occupy Arctic? What is the role of India in Arctic ambitions? So, what are all the steps taken by the government of India earlier? For example, if you see, there are some steps taken by the India with respect to, see, another one important point. India's 2022 Arctic policy. So, we had a policy in order to exploit or in order to make use of Arctic Ocean. What is that? Arctic policy which year? 2022. If you don't mention this, your answer is completely incomplete. A policy. Government had devised a policy. India's Arctic policy offers a thoughtful roadmap focused on climate science, environmental protection and sustainable development. It draws strength from the parallels between Arctic and Himalayan third pole. How many poles are there on the earth? 2 poles. One is North Arctic pole, South Antarctic pole. What is third pole? Himalayan mountains are called as third pole. Why? What is the temperature in Arctic? What is the temperature in Antarctica? The Himalayan mountains on the top is also having the same. So, now another information we got, there is parallel between Arctic, Antarctic and another thing which is called as Himalayan mountains. So, Himalayan third pole anchored in the belief that glacial melt and atmospheric shift in the far north have cascading effects on South Asia's policies. So, that is most important. And if you see here, should Russia and China consolidate control over Arctic sea routes, India's aspiration to be connectivity hub in the Indo-Pacific, articulated through initiatives other than the India's Arctic policy of 2022, there is another program which is called as Sagar. What is that? Security and growth for all in the region. Security and growth for all in the region, as well as Indo-Pacific Ocean Initiative, Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean Initiative. These are the steps which are being made by the government of India in order to exploit or use Arctic oceans. So, 3 sentences are most important for your understanding. Arctic is important. Why? Because it's no man's land. Arctic is important. Why? Because it's global common. Arctic is important because no one can claim on Arctic Ocean. So, this belongs to everyone. Then how we should move on? Then how we should move on means answer is what? So already there is Russia assertiveness is there. China is having more ambitions on Arctic is there. Washington is also looking at Greenland. Now who should look at it? India should look at it. India is already looking at it. We have a policy which is called as 2022 Arctic policy. There are programs also like Sagar program, Indo-Pacific initiatives are there. So we are also having our own policies. So importance, if there is a question like this, write about the role of India in Arctic Ocean. So the role of Arctic Ocean, the role of India in Arctic Ocean means first paragraph we will write about Arctic Ocean. The importance of Arctic Ocean. Arctic is no man's land, global common, everyone can, that paragraph you will write. Next, who is having the eye on the Arctic Ocean? Russia is having, USA is having, China is having, every India is also having. India, how it is having, we already have a policy, Arctic policy 2022, we have a scheme called as Sagar scheme, we have a scheme called as IPAI. So if we want more mineral resources, if we want to get more resources from Arctic Ocean, we should exploit what? Arctic Ocean. Why? Because everywhere the exploitation happened. Now Russia was being exploited, China was being exploited, Canada was being exploited, India, Africa was being exploited. Now only one region which is unexploited is what? Arctic Ocean. So now we have to focus on Arctic Sea. One thing we have to read in today's newspaper. What is that? India's role in Arctic Ocean. Next, these all are not important. India's foreign minister visit to Pakistan. India this week, not that much important. India blocked to highlight failures. Political news, page number 11. See here. This is most important article. Most important article. A full-fledged video tomorrow I am going to do on the same. New NCERT textbooks for class 7 to introduce students to traditional games. Prelims 2025 expected question, Prelims 2026 expected question. Up to now, we are not promoting the traditional games. What are traditional games? Tell me. Kabaddi, Kho-Kho. So there are region-specific traditional games are there. Gilli Danda is also a traditional game. So this traditional games we are not giving importance. We are giving importance for international games like cricket, hockey, football, etc. So now, in order to promote this traditional games, in NCERT books in 7th class, they are adding a separate subject, a separate unit called as what? Traditional games. So when we promote traditional games, what will happen? Traditional games are part of our culture. Traditional games are part of our culture. Traditional games are our heritage. So NCERT books are from this year, this academic year, they are going to promote what? Traditional games. Now what you have to remember, what notes you have to make? You have to make the notes in this article, all the traditional games they mentioned. Class 7th, now they will be going across traditional games in the NCERT books. So incorporate textbook title called as what? Kel Yatra. Complete Kel Yatra, one particular topic or one book or one, in that 7th class, one subject will be added like Kel Yatra. In that there are games like Gorapadichi Shipot or Lizard's Tail. What is that game? Reference to Maratha War, Tanaji Malsuler. Legend has, there is one story. Another game. Gidad Gudwan. Gidada Gudwan. Maharashtrian game. Nalgu Rallu Ata. Nalgu Rallu Ata enti? Nalgu Rallu Ata. Nalgu Rallu. How many traditional games? One game is Gorapadichi Shepot, Maharashtrian game. Second is what? Maratha Maharashtrian game, which is called as Gidada Gudwan 2. Third is what? Our game, which is called as Nalgu Rallu Ata. Now you see whether expected question in prelims or not. If you see all the PYQs, compulsory this question is part of art and culture. Why? Because they are adding in NCERT, the most important article. Atyapatya, where runners have to cross as many lines in court while defender try to tag them out. It is also called as Daryabandha. It is referred as a game of agility and strategy, which is called as Atyapatya. Another game, Dappunyaraka Sunam, wrestling game. Madhu and Manu is a tag game. These are all the various games which are part of our Traditional games. Most important article. You have to make in your notes. If not 2025 prelims, if not 2025 mains, if not 2026 prelims, if not 2026 mains, compulsory from this. Why? Because they are adding in NCERT books. Then how your preparation should be there? In the news they gave. Now you have to open your Google. How many traditional games are there in India? Which are recognized by traditional games, thousands of games will be there. Which are recognized by the government of India. The list will come. That list you have to make in your notes. Apart from this. Okay, so that is what. And the most important one more. This also we will see. Genome-edited seeds to mark beginning of second revolution. How many articles up to now? Number 1, Arctic Ocean. Number 2, NCERT books. Third is Green Revolution. What Green Revolution? Second Green Revolution. Who told this? Minister who told. Which told? Shivraj Chouhan minister told. What is this? Genome-edited seeds to mark beginning of second green revolution. So first you should know about what is first green revolution. If second green revolution means first green revolution. First green revolution means what you have to remember. High yielding variety seeds. High yielding variety seeds without any external factor. High yielding variety seeds are produced. How? Just by mixing the seeds among themselves. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. The second green revolution in India is being named as what? Genome. Genome-edited seeds. GES. What is this? Seed, third external genome is added. Gene editing is been happening. Genetic engineering is happening. So second green revolution of India is being named by our agriculture minister, which is called as genome editing seeds. In UPSC interview, they will ask, first green revolution is what? Sir, it's about high yielding varieties. So then what is second green revolution? The second green revolution in India is all about genome edited seeds. What is genome edited seeds? Nothing. I have my own, every human being on the earth will have a genetic structure. Every plant on the earth will have a genetic structure. Every animal on the earth will have a genetic structure. Yes or no? Now what I will do, that genetic structure will have a specific function. Every gene will have a specific function. Now the gene which is there on me is not functioning according to purpose. Then I understood that there is a problem in my gene. So I have to repair this gene. So what I will do, I will edit this gene. So editing of this gene is called as gene editing. So this editing, if I am doing at a seed level, it is called as genome-edited seed. So this genome-edited seed, if I put in the soil, then I will get a plant which I desire. I will get a plant which I intended. I will get a plant which I want. Hence the productivity also will be according to my intention. Hence it is called as second green revolution. First green revolution is high yielding variety seeds. Seeds are same. It will produce high yield just by mixing. But it is not just mixing. It is editing the gene. So second green revolution is all about what? Editing, genome editing. The same thing has been told here. See, he said that who? Chouhan, minister. Developed nation was being realized and farmers were moving towards prosperity. Today's achievement will be written in golden letters. During the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had called upon farmers to adopt modern techniques to overcome agriculture challenges. Inspired by his words, ICAR scientists have made exceptional achievements in the field of agriculture with creation of this new variety. This new variety is created by what method? Genome editing. Compulsory one question will be in your GS3 science and technology on genome editing or gene editing or biotechnology. This will be an example. Agriculture productivity should be increased. So now still we are depending upon green revolution 1, which is called as high yielding variety seed. Now green revolution 2, which is called as genome editing. I am looking for this. Manipur, Meitei, 4th article. In Manipur, 4 tribal communities are there who are dominant. Meitei, Kuki, Naga, Thadou. 4 tribal communities are there in Manipur. You know with little information that something happened in Manipur. What happened? Tell me. There was ethnic clashes between 2 communities. Meiteis versus Kukis. Last 2 years we are listening this. There was ethnic conflict. There is a tribal conflict within two communities. One community name is called as Meitei. Another community name is called as Kuki. These two tribal communities were been on ethnic conflict with each other. So now what is the news? Manipur's Meitei Thadou groups push for NRC, free movement. What is NRC? National Register for Citizens. So NRC, what it will do? Who are locals of Manipur? Who are locals of Assam? Who are locals of Andhra Pradesh? Who are locals of Telangana? They will make a list. And in this list, if any extra person is there, a man, your history is not there with us in our National Register for Citizen. Can you show me that you are living in our state since last 5 years? This person doesn't have any evidence. Then what I will tell you, you are not part of Manipur state. You are not part of Telangana state. Please go from here. When this person is not part of Telangana state, or when this person is not part of Manipur state, means this person is not part of India. So now the Manipur government is asking to conduct NRC, National Register for Citizens. When NRC is conducted, we will come to know that who are the citizens of Manipur and who are not the citizens of Manipur. When we come that who are not the part of Manipur, then those people are who illegally migrated. Illegally migrated means whether there will be problem for the state, law and order problem will come, so we will send back. So why the Meitei people are asking for this? Why Thadou people are asking for it? Thadou tribal community, Meitei tribal people, they are already part of citizenship. They got citizenship. But Kuki people doesn't got any citizenship. So they are demanding that you do NRC, you do NRC, you do NRC. When they do NRC, the Kuki people doesn't have any citizenship. Whether they will be found as illegally migrated? When they are illegally migrated, whether the government of India will get the legal right to send them back to the Myanmar? Hence it is important. So this is one of the solution which is told by Meitei group in order to reduce the ethnic clashes between Meitei versus Kukis. మీరు అంటున్నారు కదా Meitei versus Kuki కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్ అవుతుందని. అసలుకి Kuki అనే వాళ్ళు సిటిజన్సా కాదా ఫస్ట్ తెలుసుకోండి. Kuki అనే వాళ్ళు సిటిజన్స్ అయితే సరే ప్రాబ్లం ఫైటింగ్ ఇష్యూ అవుతుంది. వాళ్ళు సిటిజన్సే కాదండి అని చెప్పి ఎవరు అంటున్నారు? Meitei. మరి ఎలాగ అనుకోవాలని సలహా ఇస్తున్నారు. మీరు కావాల్సి ఏం చేయండి? NRC పెట్టండి. ఎన్ఆర్సీ చేస్తే మీకు తెలిసిపోతుంది కదా ఎవరు సిటిజన్స్ కాదనేది. అప్పుడు తెలిసిపోతుంది మీకు Kuki సిటిజన్స్ కాదని. అప్పుడు వాళ్ళని మీరు ఎల్లగొట్టచ్చు. వాళ్ళని ఎల్లగొడితే ఏమవుతుంది? ఎథనిక్ కాన్ఫ్లిక్ట్స్ తగ్గుతుందని. హూ గేవ్ ద సొల్యూషన్? Meitei గ్రూప్స్. Got it? So how many articles we got up to now? 4 articles we got. That's it. 3 children, this every time they will kill, not required. That's 4 articles. First article is architect, very, very important. The next big thing, compulsory in your mains, question will be then Arctic question. What is third pole? Prelims point of view. Himalayan mountains. Why Himalayan mountains are called as third pole? Similarities. What type of similarities? Atmospheric similarities. What are the atmospheric parameters of Arctic? Antarctic is similarly present in Himalayas. So hence it is also called as third pole. What is the problem Arctic is facing? What is the problem Antarctica is facing? Like melting of ice glaciers is also observed in Himalayan mountains. So hence Himalayan mountains are also called as third pole. Idoko question. What are the steps taken by the government of India in order to promote and use Arctic Ocean, Arctic Policy 2022? Sagar, IPA, AI. First article. Second article? NCERT traditional games, most important article. Compulsory question this is. Second. Third, genome. Second green revolution. First green revolution is high yielding variety. Second green revolution is what? Genome-edited seeds. Fourth is what? Meitei versus Kukis. So best solution to lessen the conflict, the best solution to avoid any conflict is go for NRC. So that who are citizens and who are non-citizens. We'll come to a conclusion. So 4 ఇంత పెద్ద న్యూస్ పేపర్ 4 ఆర్టికల్స్. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఇట్.